6 in the morning. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Time for a monthly visit with our Indiana County Veterans Providers Group. Diann Overman is here. And Diann, good morning. You brought a couple of gentlemen with you today.
Good morning. Yes, we did. We have some visitors from the MVO. They came to visit the VPG about 2 months ago with a very interesting idea that they're working with veterans, kind of an outdoor setting. So they're here to talk about their initiative and try to really recruit some veterans from Indiana County.
Yeah. Okay. So. Well, let's meet them. Steve Reinoehl. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good to have you here. Let's pull that microphone a little closer.
Okay. Thank you. It's great to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to help further our mission at MVO.
You're an Indiana County boy.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Up by Cookport.
There you go.
Pennsylvania.
There you go. And Gary Smith is with us.
Hi, I'm Gary. I'm the president and co-founder of Military Veterans Outdoors.
Mm-hmm. And so, as the co-founder, you can help us understand exactly what the organization is, what you do.
What we did is back in 2015, we sectioned off a little over 700 acres up in the Reynoldsville, the northern Jefferson County area. And it's all posted, and it's for military and veterans to come out and basically do anything they want to. We've got 4 handicap accessible blinds that are on food plots, and you can get a wheelchair in there. A couple of them you can get 2 or 3 wheelchairs in. So we take guys out and just let them clear their minds, get back into the outdoors that they thought maybe they would never do that again.
So hunting, fishing,
fishing,
hiking,
4-wheeling, they can go out and camp. Now it's all primitive, but we've got guys out there that just like to go out and camp and kind of get out of the mainstream.
Yeah, sure. So, Steve, what's your involvement? I know you'd love to have some folks from Indiana County.
Yes, I've been trying to recruit members, and I'm somewhat successful. We got a lot of members from the American Legion and Climber so far, and a few here in the Indiana area. The way I got involved, unfortunately, I was doing a lot of doctoring through the VA and the Van Zandt, and I started talking to a lot of these older vets that served, especially the ones that served in Vietnam, PTSD, and they were reminiscing about how they used to hunt and stuff like that. And I started to do some checking, and I found MVO online, and that's when I contacted Gary. I said, hey, this is great. This is just what these guys need. It's a release for them. They can get up there and relax. And that's why I got active in it and trying to recruit members and try to help the vets out. For me, it's all about helping the vets. And it's a wonderful group of people. Wonderful, wonderful. I've been up there a number of times, and it's just a great place to sit and relax, talk to people, ride around on an ATV. We had a work day just last week. After the work day, I had my ATV up there. My grandson went with me. He had a total blast. I mean, it's a wilderness area. It's pretty primitive, and it's just a wonderful release for these veterans to get up there and just do, like Gary said, do what they want.
Gary, it's called Camp Van Giesen. Is that how it's pronounced?
Right. We named it after a gentleman that was killed in Afghanistan. Back in 2011. So when we were putting this all together, we wanted to kind of memorialize it after someone that was local. He lived in Kane and was unfortunately killed, like I said, in Afghanistan. So we talked to his family. They said it would be they would be more than happy to let us name the group Camp Van Giesen, and it's been that ever since.
That is a pretty big tract of land you're talking about. Yeah. How did you gain access to that?
Well, it's leased from Consol Energy. They lease it to us basically for the taxes. Like I said, it's a little over 700 acres, and we pay Consol Energy $1,100 a year for access to the property. It's a coal stripping area. They've already stripped it about 25 years ago. And we have it for another 30 or so years before they can even look at testing it for another coal stripping.
So you've been it's been reclaimed already.
Oh, yes.
It's got some nice young timber on it too.
And some good old timber. We've got an area we call the grapevines, and it's just a mass of grapevines over the trees, and a lot of bear and a lot of deer in the area. So Steve was just out there over the weekend, like he said, and they were driving down one of the roads, and they were scared up a bear and two cubs.
Bear and two cubs, a sow and two cubs. So.
So it's very rich in wildlife, but yeah, I failed to tell you that everybody that's in the board of directors were all veterans, and nobody takes a dime from the club. Yeah. Every bit of the money that we get, which is donated to us, we get, and it goes right out back to the club.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about, Steve, if you would. You're a veteran, I presume.
Yes, yes.
And where did you serve?
I was a U.S. Navy scuba diver. I served in Vietnam in 1967, 68. I went in 1966, and I got out in late 1969. So,
what gave you the passion to become involved in this particular activity?
Well, I'm an outdoorsman. I've always been pretty active, and I went through some pretty hard times after I got back, and I could see the effect on a lot of my fellow veterans that served in Nam as well as other areas. Yeah. And I just I'm passionate about helping in vets. I see what these guys been through. I guess when you spend time in an area like Southeast Asia in them situations, it becomes a brotherhood. And we do anything to try to help each other out. So, and that's why I got involved.
Absolutely,
and, it's really a wonderful release from what I can see at this point. So,
Gary, what branch?
I'm retired Navy. I was on aircraft carriers through the Gulf War and prior to. So I retired in '95.
Yeah, yeah. So as you said, all of the board members are veterans. Are all part of the organization. There has to be a fundraising mechanism for you, doesn't it? Doesn't there?
Right.
Because you'll have expenses no matter how rustic it is.
Yes, yes. Well, like I said, the lease is $1,100 a year. But we have, right now, we're in a gun raffle. We're selling tickets for that. And in October, we're going to have a big spaghetti dinner. And then we canvass the area for companies, stores to give donations, and they're pretty good about doing that.
How long has the organization been active?
I actually got it started in 2012, but we became Military Veterans Outdoors on June of 2015.
In that time, tell me about the growth of the organization. I imagine it's been pretty good.
Yeah, we started out with just a handful, probably about 20 members, 20 card-carrying members. We jumped out on social media, on Facebook, and I think we're close to 5,000 followers, but we have local, about 210 card-carrying members.
Wow.
On opening day of deer season, we had 17 members out there hunting. So it's not hunted very much.
Yeah, the property's really underutilized for what the intent and what we're trying to do. So, and that's why we're recruiting so aggressively. So.
Steve, you told me your grandson went with you.
Yes, he's 12 years old.
What does that sort of exposure do for him to be able
he was
to
so excited.
be with vets?
It was so excited. It was unbelievable. So, yeah, especially after we did the work day, we were planting food plots. He was taking some pictures, and he was running a four-wheeler, packing the seeds down after we planted. And he just had a blast. And when we started riding these very primitive roads in the four-wheelers, he was grinning ear to ear. He talked all the way home, yap yap yap, all the way in the car.
Now you tell me about some Indiana County vets that you've got involved now.
Yes,
and how does somebody get in touch with you in order to become a part of this?
Well, they can either send Gary an email, or if you want, I can leave my phone number.
That's fine.
Can I do that?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. My phone number is 724-254-4514.
Okay.
Best time to get me is late after dinner. Between dinner and 9 o'clock at night is the best time to get me. So
usually you're asleep at that time.
And what I'm trying to do in this area, because of the distance to the property, if we kind of like the carpool when we go up, so that helps. So,
Yeah.
so if we get a lot of members down there and interested, we could really start doing that more actively as
Yeah.
far as carpooling.
Gary, you're going to say
They can also go on the internet. We have a web page, and it's www.militaryveteransoutdoors.com. You can go there. You can sign up. There's a little application, but they have to turn in their DD-214, and we can get them right in with no problem.
Yeah, yeah. So as this organization, again, it's called Camp Van Giesen, and the organization itself is Military Veterans Outdoors. And as you thought about it 5-6 years ago and thought where it might be in 2019, pretty happy with it?
I am. I would love to see a lot more people get out there.
Yeah.
But we never thought that we would hit the 200 card carrying members.
Yeah.
So that is good.
pretty
But
exciting.
I want more guys out there
Yeah.
to relax.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea, is to get them out there and also their families. Get the kids out there, let them go hunting, fishing, and just enjoy it with their dads, brothers, grandfathers.
Well, the two of you both know the issues that vets have to go through, and obviously I don't, not having served, but I talk with folks like Diann and the others that she brings in here all the time, and it's a unique family, isn't it? The military
very
family.
much so.
Yes.
And this is ministry here, this Military Veterans Outdoors. That's a wonderful sounding organization. Thank you both for coming in to tell us about it.
Thank you. for
Okay,
the
thank you very much.
opportunity.
Pleasure being here.
Diann, what you got?
First, I want to thank both of you for your service and for this wonderful project that you've done. I think this is one of the most unique things that I've seen offered to veterans, and it is a ministry. It truly is. So thank you. We do have the car show this Sunday.
Okay.
On the 21st, there'll be food trucks, music, 50/50s. The proceeds benefit the Veterans Parsonage, which is our Indiana County homeless shelter. So it begins, registration is at 3:30, and it runs from 4 to 8 right here at IRMC Park.
Okay.
Okay?
Very good. Very good. Anything else? You good?
We're still working on the Legacy project. We're kind of taking a little break because ICTC is out for summer break. And as soon as that starts up, we'll be running with that again. So
Great. That's terrific stuff. Good work. Gentlemen, thank you. Diann, thank you as well.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Coming